And then they got lucky with another one. It was...
Get fucked.
It's going to be a strong day for me again. Fuck you, Mom and Dad.
Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Good evening.
Yes.
We're going to try this again.
Yes.
Do that flag.
The GOAT. The greatest of all time. The best to ever do it. The man with the bubonic dick. I told you, motherfuckers. All you Patriots Nation cunts. You fucking assholes. You massholes. You sons of bitches. You dirty, hairy, vagina-licking motherfuckers. That Tom Brady was going to leave the Patriots 12 hours after he lost that playoff game. I got hammered with messages from you fucks. No way. It's Tommy. Tommy's not leaving the fucking Pats. Tommy's not going anywhere. He's not going to leave the fucking Pats. It's Tommy. It's title Tom. He's not going anywhere. Guess what, motherfuckers? Not only is he gone, he left you on fucking St. Patrick's Day, dude. Boston. I wish we could kick in fucking Dropkick Murphys right now.
Yeah, but they're... How's it go again?
Celebration, bitches. Rostradamus, dude. Don't fucking bet against me. I won you all that money on the coronavirus, too. God damn, dude.
Here, just before we really get into this,
Yeah.
let me tell you what we're talking about. So this is...
When we were talking about something totally different.
Yeah. Well,
what we're talking about, kids,
it's actually Tim Brady.
is social distancing.
And he left Boston Dynamics. So this is an article on Fox Sports.
Mm-hmm.
And it's under Colin Cowherd's byline. So here's a quote from Colin Cowherd. I was told 35 minutes ago that Tom Brady signs tomorrow, which is Wednesday, with Tampa Bay. He has made a decision, talked to Tampa Bay yesterday. He was willing to re-sign with New England. But he watched Stephon Diggs and DeAndre Hopkins go to other franchises and then called Robert Kraft an hour and a half later and said, quote unquote, I'm out.
All right. Now, me personally, I have a hard time believing that exactly was what it was.
That doesn't sound like something Tom Brady would say.
No.
To Robert Kraft.
And there is plenty of fucking wide receivers in the NFL, and there is plenty of great ones in the draft.
Yeah.
You could always, if you're the Patriots, you could always draft up and get a Jerry Jeudy, get a fucking CeeDee Lamb, and immediately begin to
Yeah,
rock.
but I think maybe yesterday was the fucking straw when they let Van Noy go. Or,
potentially,
yes. It could have been.
Yes.
That's the only thing I could think of because not only did you not go out and make some moves, but you're also letting one of your fucking, defensive captains go.
Yeah.
And that's what won them games. Their defense last year was probably the best in the league.
It was the only thing that kept them in games because their offense was shitty, and they still don't. They have done nothing in the offseason
now they would
to
be fucked.
improve it.
Yeah, they haven't done shit on either side of the ball to improve anything. Granted, free agency doesn't start until tomorrow, but they don't have the inside track on anybody, and they're not a team that's historically known for going out and spending a bunch of money. Tom knows that.
Right.
Like, he's taken less money to stay there.
I have a gigantic conspiracy theory for you. We'll get to where Tom Brady's going to go to in a second. I think half of the owners have bet that they're going to lose this season in the NFL. Therefore, the Falcons letting Austin Hooper go yesterday, Devonta Freeman, it makes no sense. They didn't even bother to trade to try to get one single goddamn thing out of them. They shed some cap. Trump has been meeting with people at the White House from all of these big corporations, Home Depot, Wendy's, Burger King, all those fucking everything that people are going to need in the oncoming weeks and or months as this virus goes on. Arthur Blank owns the Falcons. He was the head of fucking Home Depot. I think half the owners are betting that there isn't going to be a season. I think the other half are going all in, thinking maybe it's a shortened season and we got a fucking shot at this.
Maybe.
And me personally, if this thing stretches into July or August, like Trump says, training camps in August, the start of the season is the first week of September. You don't have much time to get a season going if you're going to tank. This would be the year to do it. And if you're the Patriots and you're looking for a franchise quarterback, this
Trevor
would be
Lawrence
the years
is
to
available
tank.
next year.
You've got the two best QB prospects to come out in years. Trevor Lawrence at 1, Justin Fields at 2. Either one, you're gonna be styling.
I don't want
next
to
year.
throw cold water on your theory with regard to the Falcons, but this is what I heard this morning from someone who is close to the Falcons organization.
Okay.
They're going after Mark Andrews from the Ravens to replace Hooper's
tight end.
Yeah.
Look, and if they do, then that would absolutely fucking take my theory out of this.
But what are they?
we'll
What's
see.
what's
But we'll see.
the only good season Freeman really had? The only exceptional season was
Shanahan.
3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, look, but that's been the Falcons' problem for the last, ever since Shanahan left to go and coach the 49ers, is the offense has been shit. Matt Ryan, has been able to light it up to Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones, but our running game has been nothing.
I just don't think that he can handle, what is he, 5'8"? I don't think he can handle 16 games and getting smashed around 260 to 300 times.
Possibly, and I will say this,
which is going to go up next season with a 17-game season.
and as the years have gone on, we've gotten into a pass-heavy league where these running backs, it doesn't fucking matter. We just saw it 2 weeks ago with Melvin Gordon.
Yep.
They said, fuck you. We don't care. We're going to sign Austin Eckler. We're getting him for 3 years, $24 million. And we don't care because there's an abundance of running backs. In this draft, there's an abundance of running backs. J.K. Dobbins, Taylor, and all those guys are out to me.
Yeah,
right?
he was on a team that was just uncreative on how they use
Look, Wisconsin's been the same team for 50 years.
Forever.
Run the ball up the middle.
Just like Iowa. They're
with a shitty white quarterback.
They'll always be the same team, always.
Always.
I'm curious where Melvin Gordon's going to go.
I
just don't think there's any of the teams out there that have the kind of cap space to spend what he's looking for that need a running back.
I think he's going to get a really shitty deal at the end of the day.
Maybe a 2-year deal.
And maybe at a Buffalo.
Yeah,
Buffalo's spending money. I love the fact that Stephon Diggs trade, man.
Yep.
Look, we want the Bills to win on this show. We see this in Drinkin Bros Sports all the time. I made a post the other day that said every time somebody signs up for Drinkin Bros Sports on Facebook, and again, it's free. There's only one rule: just don't be a fucking cunt. You can talk shit all you want. The thing that warms my heart is when because it says 3 questions: who's your favorite team?
Yep.
Whenever I see it says Buffalo Bills, I can't press accept fast enough because I know they're fucking down to party. And if the Falcons are out of it, I want nothing more than the Buffalo Bills to win a fucking a world championship and to see them crash through tables all day long because we want to be there for that.
I want to see the parade where they build the biggest
table
of all time and everybody crashes through it all.
We want to be there for that. Look, I love Josh Allen.
Wow.
I said on this sports show, by the way, I said on this sports show, by the way, that I think Josh Allen should have been selected over fucking Baker Mayfield. I got shit on for that. And now he's looking great. And with Stephon Diggs and Beasley, they got a decent. Singletary's a decent little running back. You throw in a Melvin Gordon with that defense.
Yeah, for sure.
They're going to be awesome. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Well, there's a couple things. One, the Browns, if they don't, they added another offensive weapon this week.
They did. They got Austin Hooper.
Not the right one.
No. They got Case Keenum too.
Where's Njoku now? Are they going to run how many?
Not gonna be there.
How many?
Austin Hooper.
How many people to catch the ball do they need when they don't have a person that can get the ball to any of them?
Well, here's the thing: they need to draft a player in the draft that is 20 feet tall because Baker's going to overthrow you by at least 10 to 12.
What about
feet.
Taco Fall?
Yeah, exactly. Find Taco Fall and put him on the team.
Here's the breaking news. The Panthers are about to sign Teddy Bridgewater, and Cam Newton is apparently very unhappy about that.
Well, they're going to trade Cam or get rid of him.
They gave him permission to seek a trade.
They did.
I don't know where.
I do. I know exactly where he should
maybe
go.
Chicago.
Yes.
But I don't know if he's actually.
Yes.
I don't know if Chicago's actually going to get him.
Maybe.
What
Look.
are they? I don't know what the deal are. Who would they trade for him?
So let's sort out the Brady thing here, and this will tell you where Cam's going to go. Because Brady is going to be the next domino to fall. Make no doubt about this. The Panthers aren't contending for shit. Fucking neither is Tampa Bay. We're down to 2 teams for Tom Brady essentially right now because the Raiders picked up Mariota last night. The Raiders were allegedly supposed to offer him a 2-year, $60 million deal. Looking at it now, at today's landscape, I don't know why that went south, to be honest with you.
I don't either. Maybe it didn't. We don't know yet for sure.
We don't know. We will find out, obviously. But
well, we know he's not going to the Raiders.
No, he's not going to the Raiders. They got David Carr. They got Mariota.
He's not going to the
That's
Titans because they re-signed
Tannehill for 118. That's done. I thought for sure him and Vrabel would have been back together again. That way he could hand the ball off 5,000 times to Derrick Henry and still throw his bullshit 10-yard passes. This Tampa Bay rumor that Colin Cowherd has said that you mentioned at the top of the show does not make any fucking sense to me.
Does it make
and
sense?
I'll tell you why.
Does it make sense if Tampa Bay is also getting ready to offer Melvin Gordon a deal?
No. Here's the whole thing with Tampa Bay. Bruce Arians at coach. That is a fucking air raid attack there. You need a guy who can air it the fuck out. It is not 43-year-old Tom Brady. Look, if Crab Legs Winston doesn't throw 30 picks last year, he's probably the guy. He can throw the deep ball. Brady cannot throw the deep ball. I don't know what you're going to do with Mike Evans. They got O.J. Howard. Both of these are deep threats that are great. I mean, look, it doesn't make any sense to me, man. And they're not a team that can win a fucking Super Bowl right now. If you're Tom Brady, that does not make any sense. Now, a Drinkin Bro wrote in, I'm not going to say his name because in case he's wrong, I'm not going to out him, and so you guys can go and fucking find him and tear his arms and legs off. But he said that Tom Brady was currently playing, that is, his dad saw him playing golf at Old Memorial Golf Club in Tampa Bay today. This was 2 hours ago, right? That would lead into your Colin Cowherd theory. Mine, I still was with the Chargers on this one after all of this bullshit. And I'll tell you why. He signed, Hollywood-wise, he just signed a massive deal to open up a production company with the Russo brothers. It's going to be called 199 Productions. They're going to develop everything from documentaries to feature films to TV shows, all that shit. The Russo brothers did all of the Avengers films. They are massive. It feels like it should be the LeBron deal all over again. That LeBron went to the Lakers simply for his production company, all this other bullshit. I don't know why Tom Brady wouldn't go to the Chargers, who have a good team already, are playing in a new stadium. Yeah. He will be the face of the franchise that will bring asses to the seats for the Chargers, that will get everybody out to see Tom Brady. And it's a team that actually has a chance. Keenan Allen is great. Fucking Hunter... Who's the tight end they got? He's great. Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry is great. Austin Eckler is great. And he's another catching back out of the backfield, exactly like Mr. White that I always draft in fantasy football every year.
Well, not this year.
Not this year.
Well, we'll see.
Not at all.
We don't know who the Patriots quarterback is going to be this year.
Yeah, I don't care who it is. The 49ers deal made the most sense. That is come and gone because that had to have been a sign and trade. That is done. I don't know why they didn't do it. Obviously, they think Garoppolo's the dude, and I'm going to give you my Al Green 2 thumbs up with that one in the camera. Good luck with Garoppolo, fucks. That's not going to happen. He's not going to win a Super Bowl for you. So I don't know why he would not go to the Chargers. He simply does not fit with Bruce Arians as a head coach in an air raid offense. That does not make sense to me whatsoever. Now, could he have hopped on a jet last night, played golf in Tampa to up the number for the Chargers? Because what I'm hearing is there is a bidding war right now between the Chargers and Tampa Bay. If I want to play for the Chargers, yeah, motherfucker, I'll gas up the Jets, go down to Tampa, play a bullshit round of golf, and then go and sign my deal tomorrow with the Chargers.
Maybe.
Why not win? You're in L.A. Giselle. You and Giselle would be on the face of every goddamn thing you could ever imagine. Yeah. Doesn't make sense to me. So if he signs with Tampa tomorrow, I don't know what that's about.
I don't either, and I don't know where that leaves the Chargers. Like who plays quarterback there? They're not gonna. I don't think it doesn't look like they're gonna re-sign Phillip Rivers.
No, he's gone. Phillip is out. They said he's great. They've already mutually parted ways. So this brings us to the Cam Newton thing. Will there be a sweepstakes for Cam Newton between the Bears and the Chargers? He's got to go somewhere.
I mean, technically, the word on the street is Dak's going to get franchise tagged tomorrow.
He is. So Dak's going to be – he got franchise. He's going to be there.
I'm just looking down this list, and then there's –
Dallas is out.
This is the top 5 quarterbacks that are available right now. Dak is number 1, which is fucking nuts because he's not number 1 in anything.
No.
Tom Brady's 2. Obviously, we don't know where he's going. It's one of 2 places likely. Drew Brees is 3. He's already resigned for 2 more years. Last night,
Yep.
Tannehill just resigned
For 118, yeah.
Then there's Phillip Rivers. None of those people can go to the Chargers, so they're going to have to make. They have a pretty good base team. Now they don't have a quarterback, so I mean, I don't know who they're going to draft. Are they going to where? I don't know where they are in the draft, so I don't think they have a good enough draft pick to go get a difference maker because there's only one of them.
Who is this?
The Chargers. There's only one potential difference maker quarterback in the draft. And sure as shit ain't Tua.
Look, Chargers should be about mid-round. I think they were like a 7-9 team, I believe. So they should be mid-round. Tua is not playing next year, so it doesn't really matter. And to me, the Chargers have a good team. The Chargers have a good enough team. They lost 7 games by under a touchdown last year. They could have very easily made the playoffs. They have a good enough team that if they got Tom Brady, they would make the fucking playoffs next year. So the Tampa Bay thing.
I mean, Tampa Bay will with Tom Brady, they will absolutely make the playoffs because the NFC is weak as shit, right?
Who, the Chargers or the Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Well, look,
Chargers would have a shot at a playoff run.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay will make the playoffs, especially with 7 teams getting in. So
yes, but they need a quarterback now. So.
Yeah, I don't know what that's.
Len, look, Jameis Winston is still out there. He could still re-sign if they don't get Tom Brady. We'll see.
After all this, I don't know. Does he go to the Chargers or somewhere like that?
Jameis Winston, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's going to be musical chairs with him and Cam left, and that's going to be it. So, I don't know, man. But if I'm Tom Brady, because at this point, man, I don't want it. You know how depressing that would be to see Tom Brady
live
in Tampa.
yeah.
No, but just imagine him in that ugly ass orange uniform.
I don't know if
they don't even have a fucking running back there.
Well, they're looking at Melvin Gordon, but so is Atlanta. Atlanta wants Melvin Gordon too.
Ugh.
Yep.
I'm good on Melvin Gordon. Give me fucking J.K. Dobbins at the end of the first. I'm fine.
Yep. Let's see. I'm looking at all the quarterbacks that are available right now. By the way, I don't think Jameis Winston could play in Chicago. You can't have a defense that great and a guy that turns the ball over that much. That's a bad equation.
They've already got the exact same quarterback.
And look at how it's been working.
I know.
I mean, look at how it's been working since fucking what's her name's husband was there before.
Oh yeah, Jay Cutler.
Well,
Smoking Jay, dude.
I don't use his name.
I do. He's married to Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah,
I'll
but
give it to him,
I just say that's Cavallari's husband.
that is a choice
She's
piece of ass.
She's the famous one in that relationship, as far as I'm concerned.
You know, I watch their show. Very Cavallari.
How could you be
on
that
E!
bad at your job for that long and still be liked as a person? Like, we've all worked with that one guy that's just a total piece of shit, and he made the same, if not more, money than us, and you're like, man, fuck that guy, right? Yeah. The entire NFL's got to be like, man, fuck that guy. Mm-hmm. Like, he made so much money, and I if you're a Bears fan, if you see him out on the street somewhere, you probably got to punch him in the fucking face.
Yeah. Well, again, watch Very Cavallari on E, and he's just become this cool, like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, of course he doesn't. He didn't work his whole career, and now he's rich as shit.
But he's really dry and hilarious. So it's just like, was he in on the joke the whole time of like, I'll make a couple $100 million
Maybe,
in the NFL, marry some hot ass, and just kind of do nothing.
I guess we're forgetting about Derek Carr.
I'm not. He's there.
He's there, but
he's at the Raiders. So what the Raiders said was this: they're going to compete. They brought in Mariota pretty cheaply to compete and push Derek Carr forward, and they're going to find out if Derek Carr is the guy. But right now they've got Mariota at 2, and they got Derek Carr at 1. But he's there, and then Mariota is there as well. Cleveland fans, do we need to talk about it? Congrats on getting Austin Hooper. We're really proud of you guys.
Yeah, he's gonna
awesome move.
He's gonna catch 40 balls this year.
They put another qualifying offer on Kareem Hunt. They have the best backfield probably in the NFL between Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
They have the best backfield and wide receiver tight end core in all of football, no question.
On paper, without the quarterback,
yeah,
they have the best offense.
Maybe they should sign Phillip Rivers.
Maybe.
And cut Baker Mayfield right now.
It's too late.
It's not too late.
Nah, because he's under that rookie deal, so you can't cut him. He's stuck there. He's stuck there for one more year at least.
Well, they could just pay him both. I would go out of pocket.
It's too late. You know who they paid? They already paid someone yesterday.
Austin Hooper?
Case Keenum is now your quarterback, Cleveland Browns fans. He's there. He signed yesterday, and he's getting, what, $18 million?
Something like that, yeah. My prediction is he'll be the starter by week 4.
Week 4, kids. Get ready, Browns fans. Case Keenum will be your starter week 4. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to come as a shock to you because I think you need to get Baker Mayfield the fuck out of there. Case Keenum is not terrible.
He did well in Denver.
He did well. He did well in for Minnesota, right? Remember he had that sweet run for Minnesota and then cashed in. And I believe he went to Washington.
Redskins,
yeah. Washington's team was horrific. It's hard to judge him on that. Case Keenum is a decent quarterback on a team with the best offensive weapons ever. Is it really that hard to fucking have a 30-15 season and make the playoffs? So you might not be that bad, Cleveland. You might make the playoffs, but you're going to have to live with the fact that Case Keenum is your quarterback, and you definitely are not winning a Super Bowl next year. That's not in the cards. That is not going to happen for you.
I don't know. Case Keenum might be able to win.
No fucking way.
With Cleveland's offense? I mean,
Pat Mahomes in the AFC.
Right?
There's no way the Cleveland Browns are going to beat the Chiefs next
year.
year.
All Case Keenum has to do, though, is make the balls catchable.
He does. It's
because
Cleveland.
Baker can't do it.
No, it's Cleveland. They're not beating the Chiefs. You're not beating Mahomes. I had a meeting with Alex Okafor for the Chiefs. What was it, 3 days ago in Austin? Great fucking guy. Obviously, just won he's a defensive end. Just won the Super Bowl with the Chiefs. I said, "How good is Pat Mahomes in real life? Like, what's the real shit?" I'm like, "You're with him in practice every day." He goes, "Man, he does things that are so unbelievable all day, every day, that half of the team is just numb to it. Where they're like, yeah, that's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen."
Yeah.
And the other half is just like, "Oh my God, did you see this? Did you see this?" But you can't say that on every single throw. And they're like, "Man, you almost have to look at him like he's not a real person. That's how fucking great he is." And this is coming from Alex Okafor, who was with Drew Brees for years in fucking New Orleans. And he just goes, "Man, Pat Mahomes is that fucking dude." And he goes, "I get 2 years left on this deal." And he goes, "I'm hoping we can run it back again with his team because he's that much fun and he's that guy in real life." So I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody's beaten the Chiefs, and it certainly isn't Case Keenum. I can tell you that. And then the Patriots, thank God this fucking run is over. Thank God this bullshit is over up there. I am through with the Patriots. I'm through with their fans. I'm done with that boring-ass style of football. I'm tired of watching it. Is Brady the greatest of all time? I don't know.
The greatest player? He's the...
I think the greatest player of all time, to be honest, is Jerry Rice or Lawrence Taylor.
No. The greatest player is Bo Jackson.
Well, he got hurt. So
by a wide margin.
We don't know.
Yeah.
He got hurt.
But before he got hurt,
two guys who played out their entire careers, though, to the fullest.
Yeah.
Gun to my head, I'd say Jerry Rice is the greatest player of all time.
Maybe.
QB, is it Montana? Is it Brady? I don't know. You're going to find out what Brady looks like without Belichick, and that's what I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
You're going to find out real quick what he looks like.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Belichick.
I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know.
I don't either.
No one does.
And if he's wearing an orange uniform, like he's a fucking roadside worker, dude, it's going to be depressing as shit to see. Tommy, no, Tommy. Every time a touchdown goes, into the end zone, they're going to fire off a cannon out of a pirate ship. Come on.
There's a rumor that the Bengals are shopping Andy Dalton right now.
Nothing would make me happier than Andy Dalton in a Patriots uniform. I would.
It's probably going to be Phillip Rivers, though, right?
I might jack off live on the show.
Or are they going to go young and rebuild? If I feel like Belichick's 67, right? If they were going to go young and rebuild, he would retire right now, I would think.
Well, look, Phillip Rivers just moved his entire family to Florida, so it's probably either Jacksonville. No, Jacksonville's going to go with Minshew, actually. Oh, shit, they're shopping Foles. They're trying to trade Foles to the Bears, too. We forgot about Foles.
Yeah, but he's got $90 million guaranteed, boy. Good luck with that fucking trade.
It's all
like they're going to give up their first-round draft pick for the next 6,000 years to get that fucking trade done.
It's all real fucky right now. And it's a blast because, let's face it, we thought the sports show, was going to come to an end for a little bit, and then this chaos went down.
Well, we've got some good ideas.
Got some great ideas. But we'll get to our sponsors real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll hop into those. Talking about mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposit. I know what you're thinking. There's no March Madness. It's over. All the sporting events are over. They have a fucking casino there too, man. There's a bunch of Drinkin Bros that always play blackjack in there.
Yeah, I actually like that. I don't playing blackjack,
Poker, and
in
then
real
slots.
in real life to me is super boring.
Yeah.
It is. I don't get off on that.
Same.
But
I like playing it online.
I like playing it online, and I especially like playing it online on MyBookie because like it's quarantine time, right?
That's it.
It's
You got nothing else to do.
I don't want. I need something to do, and I want to do it where no other human being can be near me.
Same.
Right. So there's two things going on: Pornhub and MyBookie.
Yep. That's
right
it.
now.
That's all we do.
I'm gambling all my money away, and I'm pounding off like there's no tomorrow.
So their live casino is flawless. We have a bunch of Drinkin Bros who just only play the casino and then even bet on the fucking sporting events.
Yeah, I didn't know that until
Dude, there was a bunch of people posting it
until the sports stuff started to go down, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, "What's the bookies gonna do?" And everyone's like, "Well, I'm fucking been gambling in the casino this whole time." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Shit. So, anyways, instead of March Madness, here's what they are doing. They are doing free blackjack tournaments and slots. So, you get in. It's fucking free. You just join. And you get $10,000. It's fucking 10 grand they're giving away for the blackjack tournament?
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Am I reading that right? Yeah, 10 grand. They're giving away 10 grand for the blackjack tournament. It's free. Just go in there. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros, double your deposit, and then fuck around with the rest of it. Man.
Double your dick size, bitch.
Yeah, they're doing a free blackjack tournament and a slots tournament. Full disclosure, I've never played slots on my bookie, but I will now. I'll give it a shot just to tell you guys.
They should do a
what's
sluts
going
tournament
on.
too.
Free sluts. All right, so here's what we're doing. It's a new promo code. Visit mybookie.ag. Use the promo code MYB150. Holy shit. No wonder, dude. I'm going to read this one more time. MYB150. So that's short for MyBookie. MYB150 for a 150% bonus on your first deposit. So you're not doubling it. You're getting 150%. MYB150 gets you 150% bonus on your first deposit. Holy shit. That's dope as fuck, dude. I'm going on there tonight, son. Blackjack? God damn it, man. 10 grand? Come on, my bookie. Way to go. You know what I've liked, dude, about all these sponsors? Is that they're all doing things because they know everybody's stuck in the house. And it's like, hey, man, we're all fucking in this together. So, let's try to do some shit that's at home that can break up the monotony.
Yeah.
It's MYB 150. That's your fucking deposit for. You get 150% return on that? Jesus Christ.
Speaking of that,
let's go to Killcliff.
yeah,
dude.
Killcliff called me this morning, and they were like, "Hey, everybody, it seems like everybody's going to be hurting for money over the next couple of months."
Correct.
Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people, and a lot of people that use our products. So what we're going to do is bump up our discount code from 20 to 30%.
Yes. So go to killcliffcbd.com.
It's the same code.
Same code. They ship to your house. This is the beauty of them. They're not in stores yet. They're shipping to your house. You get free shipping on these. It's 25. Look, man, if now's the time you need 25 milligrams of CBD in your fucking system, it's when your wife and your kids are stuck at home with you. It is 30% off with the promo code Drinkin Bros, and you get free shipping. So you don't have to deal with the bullshit of going out anywhere. It comes from them. It is the best in the biz. I drink a can of this every fucking night, dude. Relaxes my shit. I'm going to drink a can of it on the way home from work tonight. This has been a crazy day. Go to killcliffcbd.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros, 30% off. 30% off there. And free shipping with the promo code Drinkin Bros. They got 3 amazing flavors. Grape is my favorites. We were making, you and I and Jared last night, were just making fucking vodka.
Yeah.
Killcliff CBDs.
I do that with all their products. I do it
best
with
combo ever,
the
dude.
Ignite, which not to talk out of school, but there's a new version of Ignite coming out soon. And then all 3 of the CBD flavors I put vodka in.
It's the best.
Yep.
It's the best. I love it, man. It's my nighttime drink. I like to be up for these shows. Because if you're wondering why I'm drinking White Claw right now, I like to be up for these shows, and then it's a hard come down. We were talking about Tommy. Postmates is another one, man. Look, there's no strings attached on this Postmates deal, by the way. Postmates, Drinkin Bros is the promo code. You get free shipping.
Yeah, they're not paying us per sale or anything like that. They know that
everybody's having a hard time.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And that is it. Free shipping for $100. Here's the real shit with Postmates. For real. The goddamn fees for the shipping are the ones that get you. Everything else is normal price. You're just ordering from Burger King, whatever the fuck else it is.
Yeah.
But you got to pay these drivers, and you don't know where they're driving and all this other shit. I understand those fees. However, if you could get it for free, it would be awesome. So for the next 2 weeks, promo code Drinkin Bros on Postmates, man, will get you free delivery up to $100. So I mean, that's a shit ton of food, man.
Yeah, and all these companies, Postmates especially, are helping out right now.
Yes. We're gonna post this in sports, and I'll post this in Maine too. You might as well take advantage of it. It's free fucking money. It's $100 in delivery fees. Look. We've all had to do it. We've all had to order Postmates. By the way, in Wilmington, all the restaurants are shutting down. They are only allowing delivery and or pickup.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's going to be Postmates. So use the promo code, please. Use their free money. It's Drinkin Bros.
And I like this too. I think if
no strings attached.
You should go buy stock in Postmates right now, to be honest, because everybody in the nation is going to get used to this, and they're going to be like, "Why did I go sit in some dirty ass building with a bunch of fucking weirdo strangers for an hour and a half to eat this food when I could have got it and left?"
Yeah.
And eaten with the people that I actually want to see.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do. This whole quarantine thing is exposing all of us people who hate everybody. You know what I mean? Because everybody else is freaking out. We're like, oh, this is just like what I do every day.
And I don't typically ever get on my phone during the show unless it's a breaking story. But like, speaking of what you just said regarding the stocks, the one that was having a hard time since their IPO was Blue Apron. Blue Apron is up 36% today.
That's actually
ordering shit.
That's actually
house.
A pretty good company.
It is. It's great. They're not a sponsor, but
no, they don't like it's too expensive.
36%
because you still have to prepare. It's like Eat Fresh or whatever, or not Eat Fresh. What's the other one?
That's Subway.
Anyways, yeah, it's something fresh, not freshly, but it's something fresh.
Yeah,
and they send you like meals. You just have to prepare them.
Yeah,
like no, it's too much work. Come on,
too much work.
I'm
look, Blue Apron's up. So I don't know if Postmates has a stock or not, but look, this is no strings attached with this one whatsoever. They're just like, hey man, 80% of our listeners are military and first responder. They're just like, look, just give them a promo code for free delivery because everybody has to fucking order Postmates.
Yeah,
it's Drinkin Bros, and you can use it all the way up to I think $100 in free shipping. So it should be good for like 4 or 5 meals for you guys. Take advantage of their
way more than that. Like the average delivery fee is like between $4 and $7. I think.
Fuck! Then you're good for 20, 30 times. Good.
They did it like that because they think that it will last most people who use it like 2 weeks or so.
Good.
2 weeks to a month, depending on your frequency.
Good.
Which is how long we expect this disruption in the fucking food market to be.
Yeah. Good. So, hey, shout out to Postmates for doing that, man. It's fucking dope as shit. And then last but not least, as always, our tried and true is ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros.
If you're going to die on a ghost bed.
You might as well die comfortable, brother. You better put that cock up on a twin. Get a king for yourself, a twin for your dung, and maybe another twin for your balls. 20% off everything in the whole goddamn store. Mattresses, pillows, sheets, covers, you name it. You get sick, you fucking... You die on the bed, you got a cover underneath it, the mattress is still good, man. 50% off adjustable bases there. As always, all of these deals there, and the shit gets shipped to your house. So you don't have to fucking do anything. It just shows up and you're good to go. As always, at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. They fucking still keep that 36-month no-interest pay-as-you-go program in Auda. So that's applicable with all of your bullshit, dude. So you're good to go on that. Breaking news here. Canelo and Triple G have agreed to fight again in the fall.
Don't care.
Yeah, man. It's
the
weird,
most
right?
boring fights. It's like two of the most talented boxers in the world, but their fighting styles do not match up in the ring well together.
I think Triple G won both of those first fights.
He did, but it wasn't decisive enough.
No.
So, and the fights were fucking boring, dude. I don't want to watch that shit again. I think it's going to... after all the look, if you're fucking UFC or anybody that does promotional engagements like that, not like there's 162 baseball games or 82 basketball games and then the playoffs or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
If you're somebody that schedules stuff, one-offs or cards that are, whatever the fuck like that, you've got to be deep in strategy right now, figuring out exactly when Are we going to be able to get a bunch of people together again? Or do we do a fight that's completely pay-per-view? Because, look, ultimately, they make more money for everybody that comes to the fight. But because the tickets are more costly than pay-per-view.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
But that's only like 20, 30,000 people tops.
Yeah. No.
If you can turn the demand for those tickets, which is way higher than just 20 or 30,000, people just get priced out of it into a blanket $100 fucking fee. You're looking at another 100,000 people. That's 100,000 times 100. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Millions.
$4.
$4.
More breaking news. The Eagles have just announced they will not pick up the option for safety Malcolm Jenkins. It's a surprise, man. He's the heart and soul of that team.
Here's a bigger deal than that.
$7.6 million he was scheduled to get, and the Eagles said no.
They didn't even do an offer sheet?
Nope. They just said, hey,
Nothing.
sorry about it, dude. Eagles don't want to win.
Phillip Rivers to Indianapolis Colts is quote-unquote all but done.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
That makes them a contender. They still can't beat Kansas City, but it makes them a contender.
Yes.
Because they have T.Y. Hilton, Pascal Funches, Jack Doyle. They got Marlon Mack and Naeem Himes.
I don't mind that move. We're going to have the GM of the Colts on the show, actually, too, in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I want to wait till after the draft because I'm curious as to who they'll draft.
Yeah.
But
well, they don't have a first-round pick, I don't think.
The Colts?
Yeah, I don't think so. Let me see.
Double check that. Because I believe they have, I want to say 19.
They had 13, and they traded it to San Francisco.
I'm going to check. I think they're 13 through 19, somewhere in there. But the funny thing is, they don't have
a first-round pick.
They don't have a first-round pick.
Nope. Not that I can tell, anyways. Not unless they trade for one, which is they may trade Jacoby Brissett for a pick, but I don't think they get a first-rounder out of him.
No,
they get like a second, maybe a third out of him.
I don't either. Look, that was a small deal for Jacoby Brissett, but it's funny, man. Ballard, their GM, had come out and said, they were like, look, we're not sure Brissett's our guy. I told you guys that, and the Colts fans fucking jumped all over my dick hole for that. They were like, nah, he's great. The Colts are fucking 4-2. We're ruling the world, owning the school, jacking off each other's dads. No, dude. No, he's not the fucking guy. Phillip Rivers makes sense to me. Give him a flyer in Indianapolis.
I see.
That's
Indianapolis traded their draft pick to the 49ers for DeForest Buckner.
There you go. Oh, that just happened.
Yeah.
Like
last night, yeah.
Last night. Okay, that makes sense.
I think Brissett's a good quarterback.
I thought I was tripping.
I just think he needs to be like I think he needed another year or two.
He's not an NFL
somewhere.
Like he's not an NFL superstar.
It's not a superstar, no, not by any stretch of the imagination.
He's not your franchise guy. Sorry, Colts fans. I told you this last year. Just listen to me. Just fucking open up your ears and listen to me. Embrace me with your arms and open up your heart, dude. I am right 95% of the time on this show. Tom Brady, Brissett, all these fucking guys. Like, just open up your heart to me. Then let me inside. Let me step inside your heart and warm it up. The Dolphins, D'Anthony.
They're a joke.
That's what I think. What do you think? They dropped, what, over $100 million in people that I don't even know their names yesterday? And it was like Craig Dulesky of all the Dolphins. We have surprisingly a lot of Dolphins fans in Drinkin Bros Sports.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, man, I can't wait to hear you talk about the Dolphins really trying to make moves. No. None of these people excite me at all. None.
They got Jordan Howard from the Eagles.
So what?
And they're allegedly going after J.K. Dobbins as well, or Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor's going to be there at 5.
Yeah.
They have the 5th pick.
I would rather them get Taylor than fucking Tua.
Yes, same here.
Like, that's not even a goddamn question.
If you guys get Taylor, I'll maybe get my dick a little hard.
Get Taylor and then bring Jameis Winston over and put him in a different system and see what he can do.
See what he can do.
It's like
take a flyer on it.
By a year, if he fucks up, you can draft Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, you're gonna still be so awful, Dolphins fans. You're going to get Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence next year. So who fucking cares, anyways? All those Dolphins fans. Yeah, this is our year. We're gonna do it. We have 900 picks, and then you spent a gajillion dollars on just fucking extras on a movie.
I could see Tom Brady going to the Dolphins, but only if like they brought in 4 or 5 other people all at the same time, like Josh Gordon, for example. Mm-hmm. The league's not going to test for weed anymore, so he's good.
Yeah,
And he's 29 now, so it's not like he's out of his prime. He is in the middle of his prime.
The really interesting part about the Tom Brady saga to me is, he is the only person that has stayed in touch with Antonio Brown.
Yeah, but I mean, what the fuck, man? That guy's he's too far gone.
Allegedly, he said that was the best receiver besides Randy Moss that he had gotten to work with, and he thought they could have been a superstar combo, and that wherever he went this year, that he was going to make sure Antonio Brown was on that fucking team. I know it's crazy. So I went through Tom Brady's Twitter, and he even sent him a little heart message like 3 or 4 days ago. And to Antonio Brown.
Did he kiss him with his mouth open?
Probably.
I mean, just imagine this scenario. The Dolphins sign Tom Brady.
And
they bring on
Brown.
Antonio Brown, and they bring in Josh Gordon. And then they draft Jonathan Taylor, and they have this Howard kid from Philadelphia. That's a decent.
Does Craig Dulesky live in Iowa?
No, he lives in. Where the fuck do you live, Craig? It's not in Iowa.
We're live on YouTube, so you can write in whatever questions you want. If so, we will stay at your house for that Field of Dreams game if it still goes on, and if they get Tom Brady, we'll stay at your house.
Mm-hmm.
Inside your bed in Iowa if you live there. And, yeah.
There's no way that Tom Brady's going to the Dolphins, though.
No, there's no fucking way. It's not one.
Just
one
to be clear, I mean, it's fun to think about stuff like that, but
yeah,
like they're terrible.
Terrible.
They don't have anything.
No.
They re-signed Fitzpatrick, didn't they?
Fitz Magic, did they really?
I think so.
Good for them.
Didn't they give him another year or some shit?
Good for them. I don't. Here's the thing, man. The Dolphins, to me, it's one of those teams where ironically, it's like the Marlins. I just don't care. Like they're like the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. It's one of those teams where I'm just like, what did they do? Sweet, I'll go back to not caring.
If I saw one of their players in uniform, I would recognize the team, but not the player, probably.
Yes. Unless
it was Fitzpatrick.
And
I don't even know what Josh Rosen looks like.
No, you're right. I don't. You're right.
So
I know what Dan Marino looks like.
Yep.
And that is the only Dolphin I could recognize in person, I think.
I'm looking down this list of names on their team. Christian Wilkins, I know.
Yeah, but
because he played at Clemson.
Could you pick him out of a lineup?
Christian Wilkins, I could, yeah.
Okay.
But as far as the rest of these people, other than Fitzpatrick, no.
Yeah, Fitzmagic's the only guy that I could see in the streets and be like, all right, sweet. What's up?
Yeah.
Even Jacksonville, I could say Minshew at least, if he was out in the street. I'd be like, oh, fuck, what's up, dude?
Yeah, but he's...
So, look, man, this is a really wild time in the NFL right now. Wild time also in the UFC. Look, the inside rumor is that they're going to cancel this fucking Khabib Ferguson fight, which I'm so pissed about. I want to see that go down.
That's dumb.
It's like the fourth time this
just
been
let
canceled.
them just let them fucking fight with no fans there and
That's what I say.
Sell the extra pay-per-view.
Sell the pay-per-view. We would all buy it.
Everybody would buy it, and the marketing dollars you can make off of that. Like the selling advertisements on the pay-per-view is way more beneficial than having somebody come in and spend $400 total on a ticket plus concessions.
Here's the other part of this from a Hollywood perspective. Every Hollywood film they're dumping to on demand right now, that is the ones in theaters. So you can go on demand tonight and go look up any Universal movie. All the movies in theaters are now on demand. 1917, all that. Everything is on demand right now. You can go and buy it or rent it right now. That's what everybody's going to be doing because they're stuck at home. I'm with you. You do not need fans in the arena for this. Just put the two of those motherfuckers, Dana White, a referee.
That's it.
And the announcers, you can keep it under 10. Same rules as you have for the rest of the country. You can keep it under 10. John Anik, Joe Rogan to call the fights. Bruce Buffer to say, it's on.
You don't need ring girls.
You don't need ring girls.
None of that shit.
That's it. A fucking corner person for each.
Yeah.
That'll keep you at about 8 or 9 people total. And that is all you need. And a motherfucker to flip the switch on. Just the lights. I'm going to flip the switch. It'd be awesome if that cut out and we'd switch bodies and clothes. Just like the TikTok videos.
Oh, man, I've had enough of those.
So here's the deal. We're going to take your questions right now on the YouTube. As always, we're on the sports show. We are live every Tuesday, usually around 2:30 or 3, depending upon how drunk we've gotten. Dan has an entire case of White Claws next to him, if you can see that. I'm drinking a Truly here because they're shooting Drinkin Broettes on the other studio, and Tiffany did not like the blueberry flavor. I am a gay man trapped in a straight man's body, and I love it. So therefore, I'm going to have this. But we're going to take your questions, and then after this, I was in Austin, Texas about 3 days ago, and I got a chance to sit down with Benny the Ticket Guru and another one of the biggest ticket brokers in the state of Texas to tell us what is going to happen with the ticketing market, why you should not buy tickets for anything for the next 90 to 120 days, and how it could crater a lot of these ticket broker companies, that they could all go out of business, because the problem is they had to buy these tickets in advance. They do not get the money back until after these fucking final cancellations go through. But by that point, it could be 6-9 months down the road. We're going to cut to that interview right after that. Let's take your questions online. Christopher Broman says, hey, man, can we get some free agents out to Seattle? Maybe some solid offensive linemen. Look, man, Seattle had a really good year last year, and I believe they just signed a fucking receiver. Look up the Seahawks. They got somebody.
Well, I know that Jimmy Graham just went to the fucking Bears.
Yeah, which we don't care about.
They lost.
Jimmy Graham was good 10 years ago. I don't really give a shit about that.
It makes me think of graham crackers, which I like.
Yeah, it makes me think of Teddy Grahams, which I love.
Teddy Grahams has too much sugar.
Nah.
Let's see.
It doesn't.
Jaron Reed. Or Jaron Reed. I don't know how you say his name.
I thought they got a receiver there.
2-year, $23 million, $14 million
I thought
guaranteed.
they traded for a receiver there. Look it up to go with DK Metcalf.
Joey Hunt.
Or a tight end. No, they got a really good tight end there. Let's see what it was. Just Google Seattle Seahawks tight ends.
I'm not seeing it.
We're short-handed today.
When would it have been?
Man.
I don't give two fucks about these guys. Was it Jordan Reed?
Maybe. Man.
Let's see.
Luke Wilson is saying he's coming back.
Oh, really?
Jacob Hollister. No, it's motherfucker, man.
Not the Luke Wilson, by the way.
No, the other one. He's the one that's coming back.
I
could be way far off on this, man.
No, I saw something about Luke Wilson, so maybe it's...
He's back. And they just announced that. But I thought they got somebody fucking sweet. I guess not.
Maybe they got Kellen Winslow.
I'm tripping on this one, man. That was me. And Clowney's gone. They lost Clowney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they didn't get anybody.
By the way, speaking of Clowney, so the Texans got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. They traded him for David Johnson, and then they signed fucking Randall Cobb to 3 years, $27 million. What in the fuck?
My God, man,
is happening over there?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. It's you traded a Porsche for a fucking Pinto, and I don't understand it whatsoever. DeAndre Hopkins, in my opinion, is onesie-twosie top in the league with Julio Jones, probably. I don't know about Odell Beckham Jr. anymore. He's off my fucking list. I just don't care about that fucking guy anymore. But DeAndre Hopkins, man, catches everything and anything thrown his way. I can't remember him dropping a ball in any fucking game ever. He is great. He is one of the best receivers ever. That is the dumbest shit of all time. Randall Cobb, look up his stats with the Cowboys last year if you thought he was great.
Yeah, he's
and you think that's going to improve over DeAndre Hopkins? That's dumb as shit. David Johnson, who knows? The guy can't stay healthy for an hour.
No, he's only played one full 16-game season in the last 4 years.
David Johnson can't stay healthy in a fucking drive-through. So I don't know why that trade was made. Who was the other big receiver that went yesterday that you were talking about? We were talking about Tom Brady.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Amari Cooper.
He
$100 million
signed
with Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
I heard that Washington did everything in their power to get him out of there, and they lost at the last second. And good for them. Dak Prescott, to me, is a fucking asshole. He's asking for too much money. The contract they offered him was $34 million. 108 guaranteed. Why? Why don't you sign that fucking deal, dude? Good. The Cowboys are going to franchise him. If he's a shitty year, let him go, man.
Yeah.
Who cares? Let him go.
But franchise him, they're going to have to pay him in the top
They're gonna pay him fucking $34 million.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pay him the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So Hopkins makes $12.5 million a year.
Yep.
David Johnson
grossly underpaid.
Yeah, David Johnson makes 5.7, and Randall Cobb is gonna make 9.
Yeah.
I would take if somebody offered me a straight up trade, Cobb and Johnson for Hopkins. I would take Hopkins every single time.
This
Plus,
feels,
they cost more than him. This is the dumbest goddamn. Yahoo Sports has an article like, "Is this the worst trade in NFL history?"
Here's the thing: this seems like a trade that gets made to you in fantasy football, and then you throw that person out of the league the next year because you're like, dude, are you fucking smoking crack?
Get fucked.
No, dude, we're not doing that. Aaron Chestnut says, "I'm happy for all the bandwagon jumpers to leave the Patriots. Makes me so fucking happy."
Wait, how long could that bandwagon have been going on? 18 years? I think after that point, you're a fan.
You're a fan at 18 years.
Come on, man.
You're a fan at 18
I mean, he's
years.
been winning for a long time now. Let's see.
Craig Dulaski. Oh yeah, the bandwagon is definitely going to be a lot lighter than usual today. Yeah, man. I'm happy to see it. You know, I hate their fans. I told one.
I
of them
think there's
they
more
get raped.
Chiefs fans and bandwagon fans than there are Patriots. I mean, the bandwagon fans come when the team sucked and then they got good.
Yeah.
And that's not been the case for the Patriots. They've been good this whole time.
Evil Abe Lincoln says, like many New Englanders, they moved to Florida to finish out their life. Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers to finish out his football life.
Maybe.
I'm going to hold out hope here. Colin Cowherd's kind of a dick. I've done his show before many years ago, but he was not cool to me, so I don't really give a shit about him. I'm going to hold out hope that it's the Chargers. That just makes sense with a production company.
Speaking of that,
and a winning team.
Matthew Harvey says, "Can somebody please explain to me why everyone thinks Brady goes to the Chargers? They suck. They have no fan base. Why would he go there? That team isn't ready for a championship run." Well, I disagree with that.
I do too.
Like they have a superior defense.
Correct. And they got Derwin James and all those guys. Bosa is there. I mean, they get the pieces, man. And here's the thing about LA fans, Los Angeles fans.
Rivers just signed a 1-year, $25 million deal with the Colts.
So it's done.
Yep.
There's your answer, Colts fans.
Although technically you can't sign until tomorrow, but
yeah,
whatever.
At midnight. Fuck it.
They've got Austin Eckler. They've got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. It's all right.
Mike Williams is great. Keenan Allen is great. I would take that team in a second. Here's the other thing because living in Los Angeles 18 years, right? Mm-hmm. They will switch. They're not great sports fans. Besides the Lakers. They love the Lakers in LA.
Well, here's the difference.
Other than the Lakers, they don't give a shit. So if Tom Brady comes,
yeah,
they'll go just because it's Tom Brady. And otherwise, it's Jared Goff they're going to see.
The difference is they're probably going to get robbed of seeing one of the better teams we've seen in modern basketball history.
Yep.
Go through a significant playoff run.
Yeah.
Like you're probably going to lose some of that magic now.
You're going to lose a lot of that magic.
And you're going to
lose half of Dodgers season.
You're going to lose half of Dodgers season. Even the Anaheim fans are going to lose half of that great team they thought they were going to put on the field with what's his nuts, Rendon and fucking Mike Trout and Ohtani and all those guys. I think the Chargers might develop a fan base this year because it's going to be the first continuous major sports thing. Yeah, well, I mean,
if they don't, they're fucked.
In all these mock drafts, they're slated to pick Justin Herbert with the 4th pick, and that makes sense. He's the same body type that Tom Brady is, and if he played under Brady for 2 years, he would probably be ready to take over that team.
You and I have seen a lot of Oregon games together, bro. He fucking sucks. He fucking sucks.
Tom Brady wasn't that great in college, though.
He was terrible. You're right. You're absolutely right. Look,
Ohio
State trounced him in college.
I think
he was terrible.
I think homeboy from Georgia.
He had a decent senior year. That's all I'll give Brady.
Homeboy from Georgia had a very good first half of his sophomore year, and then trailed off, and he didn't have a very good junior year.
Yeah,
and in my opinion, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the draft. You know what I mean? Jake Fromm.
Jake from State Farm.
Yeah. Those skills don't always translate back and forth. Herbert is 6'6", 236.
Yeah. He
can throw the ball accurately. He just you can't play for Oregon and expect to win.
No.
Come on, man.
Come on.
The only thing you're gonna win is pissing me off every goddamn year when I bet on you.
I know. MYB 150 for 150% on your bets, man. Count me in for loose women, Dan. That's what Ruben Schneider says to you. So you're in for that one.
Oh, that's a swap. This is a mock draft, so technically the Giants have that 4th pick.
Yeah, they do. Look, there's going to be the craziest draft year of all time, by the way, and they are allegedly going through with the draft. However, without an audience or any of that shit. Not that you need it, to be honest with you. It's been a cool thing to see, but man, they were going to do it up at the Bellagio. You know,
I think it's
and the
stupid.
Fountains. I think it's great.
No, that's cool. I just think that having everybody out at the draft and making a big deal of it is dumb. Just give me the information. I don't care about all this shit.
Yeah. Let's see here. Reed White says, I just watched past Super Bowls on YouTube Sunday. So oddly enough, during all of this shit that's been going on, all they're doing right now is just rerunning old games.
Yeah.
Like the Big Ten Championship basketball game was on Sunday when it was supposed to be on Sunday. It makes me more depressed to watch old games than it does to watch any of this shit. Like, God damn it, man.
Well, I don't know.
You know what else was depressing last night?
Somebody had a good idea.
What's that?
Somebody I talked to today. They said that you and I should find historical games and stream them and comment over them and talk about the game.
It's so it's funny you say that. So on SVP last night, Scott Van Pelt on SportsCenter, they do this in the vault segment where they go back whatever day today is, and then they go back and see what it was. Last night's, he goes, man, this makes me sad for multiple reasons because 2020 and all the bullshit we're going through. But the from the vault last night was Kobe Bryant, and he dropped 65.
Yeah.
In 2007, and they went back and showed the highlights from that game. But yeah, man, that's kind of where we're at. That's where we're going to be for a long time. They just postponed the Kentucky Derby as well to September.
Yeah, they don't want those horses getting sick.
Oh man, could you
right?
imagine the horses get coronavirus? Why not just run the horses without the jockeys and call it a day?
Yeah.
They just
See what happens.
They get a bunch of doctors out there
Yeah.
with gloves on, slap the horses on the ass, and let them fucking
Half
run
the
around
horses
the track.
get kicked to death by other horses.
Yeah. Chris says, hey, in college, I used to pour Zima over a bowl of Fruit Loops. Look, man, I have no idea what that has to do with this show. What I do know is this. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and if you need to get through this by pouring Zima over your Fruit Loops, congratulations, man.
Cody Foister says Case was signed to make Baker work. Look, you can't make him taller, so it's not going to work unless he wears platform shoes or some shit.
What are the Browns going to draft a growth spurt for Baker?
Just give him HGH,
Could
man.
you imagine, with the 8th pick in the NFL draft, the Cleveland Browns select a growth spurt for Baker Mayfield? Good luck with that. Kreger says Vic Beasley is going to Tennessee. You know, he was with the Falcons, and underachiever is all I can say about him. The guy just didn't want it bad enough. I'm sure he's going to get paid, and I don't know if that deal went through. Richard Danoff says Atlanta is losing assets. Yes, this is my super conspiracy theory that because it's Arthur Blank and he used to own Home Depot, I think he's calling this year a wash and just trying to go all in for next year. That is my hope. Otherwise, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the Falcons, to be real. Because if this coronavirus turns out to be nothing, the Falcons then are a shell of a team who've just given up literally all their players.
I think if we post random crap in the chat, we can activate Dan's subliminal programming that causes him to overthrow the government. I don't know why you think I would want to overthrow the government. Not that I like him or anything, but I'm lazy as shit, dude.
People think you look like you are in a militia.
Oh, I look like I'm a militia, sure. That's why I'm kind of careful what I say in public. Like, I like racial humor a lot, but I always try to make friends with anybody that's not white before I start telling racist jokes to them.
Yeah,
because I do look like I might have some laundry doubling as clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a little hood on top.
Wearing people's skin when you get home.
Well, then you can make a lampshade out of it, but I'm not wearing it on my skin. That's disgusting. That's not
skin over skin, dude.
That is not social distancing, my man. Peeling somebody's skin off and wearing it for your skin. Although if you do sanitize it first, I suppose we'll do a show on how to skin someone.
Yeah, we will.
and
we will.
wear their skin.
We're
as
just
their
going
skin.
live every day, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. We're here for you guys during all this shit.
I don't put vodka in my cereal, but I do put vodka in my vodka.
Yes,
that is true.
He does put vodka in his vodka. The Rivers signing, man, to me is super interesting in Indianapolis. And to you, the Colts fans earlier, I want to say this. I actually I like this move. If T.Y. Hilton and those guys are able to stay healthy, I like Marlon Mack as well.
Yeah.
I think if those guys are able to stay healthy, man, that's a fun team. And all they were missing was a good quarterback, really.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, he can't throw outside of 40 yards anymore. Like he's a 15 to 25 yard passer now, but Tom Brady's been doing that for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
not like Tom Brady, I think, throws on average 4 passes beyond 30 yards per game or some shit like that.
Uh-huh.
So you can win without doing that.
Phillip Rivers gives it his all every goddamn day.
Well, he has to. He's got 75 fucking children that he has to feed.
And that's the other thing. So maybe the Colts signed him because half of the stadium will guaranteed to be filled for every
with his
home
children,
game,
yeah.
with his children, yeah.
And then their children in the future. I mean, if they can just turn the Phillip Rivers family into fans,
Yes.
2 generations from now, that's like 800 people.
That's great. They're long game for the Colts.
Are they Mormons? What's going on with that? Are they
knows?
like super Catholic? There's one of the religious things are going on there. Otherwise, his pullout game is weak as fuck.
I wish more men were like him.
I don't pull out.
Love that joke. J.R. Crandall, Stephon Diggs is a good move. It is, man. My only beef with Stephon Diggs is he's a fucking diva and an asshole. I hope that homeboy can get him the ball there, Josh Allen, because all we bitched about last year was, look, man, they have no offensive weapons. Now they're getting him the offensive weapons.
Yeah.
We're going to find out how good Josh Allen is.
We will, but you got to be flexible if you're in a system like don't tell me. It's one thing if you're Keyshawn Johnson and you say just give me the damn ball, and it's because you're not being targeted.
Yeah.
But it's another thing if you're not getting open. Like run. Like I agree with Stephon Diggs. I think he was in the right to be angry about his situation in Minnesota, in my opinion. I don't know if Josh Allen's the guy to get him the ball because that's not really his game.
He throws the deep ball,
He
man.
does throw the deep ball, that's true. But I think
So we'll see.
We'll see. I think Stephon Diggs has got to get creative about his route running, though. Like, why don't you do what? Like, I don't understand why everybody isn't trying to. I know everybody doesn't have a Patrick Mahomes. Why aren't you trying this open field with a really fast guy like Kansas City's doing? Like, give Stephon Diggs the ball 10 to 15
what you're
yards.
doing with Tyreek Hill.
Run
yeah.
the fucking slants, man. Run the slants. Run the fucking quick outs. Get him the ball in space. Run the picks off the line. Do stuff like that. For Stephon Diggs, he's fast as fuck, man.
Yeah, and I saw some memes here online about Stephon Diggs wakes up and realizes he's with Buffalo. He'll be a fucking hero in Buffalo.
Yeah.
By the way, he was in Minnesota. So I don't want to fucking hear about, like, oh, he went from Minnesota. But that's a step up, dude. Buffalo's at least got, I mean, some fucking fans who are willing to throw themselves through tables on fire for
The fans are crazy. All the fans
you.
in
If
Minnesota.
they love you, they're fucking crazy for you.
Not that I dislike Minnesota. I actually like Minnesota and Minnesotans. 2 of my favorite people are from Minnesota, actually.
Yeah.
Marty Scovlin's one. And
I love Marty.
Jack Mandeville.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
Really.
Fuck.
So, but they're very calm and quiet. And usually the Lutheran Episcopal crowd / all the Norwegians are a little passive aggressive, so they're not jumping through tables and shit up there.
Right.
They're like, "Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
We won. Awesome. Really proud of you guys."
Yeah.
But in Buffalo, they're like, "Let's injure someone.
Yeah.
Not the
Let's
players.
really
Let's injure one
fucking
of
maim
us.
Someone.
There's 10 of us here. One of us isn't going home."
It's really, really maim
I
someone.
like that kind of energy.
I
And I think Stephon Diggs will like it too. He's a very anybody that's a diva, quote unquote, like that, like OBJ.
Yeah.
The reason they're like that is because they're super passionate and emotional about their play. Like
I don't know if OBJ cares anymore about playing football.
maybe not at this point, but I think 3 years ago, he was like, I'm really
the
good.
best receiver
Like
in the
fucking
NFL,
give me
yeah.
the goddamn ball. I understand that because we've all been in situations like that before. So maybe Diggs will do good up there. Like he'll definitely have the backing. He'll have the support of the Buffalo fans. That's for goddamn sure.
For sure. Richard Danoff said, get Josh Gordon and get Brown with Brady wherever he goes. It is possible. The other possibility behind this
I would love to see that.
Is the new CBA waive the weed. So you can smoke the weed.
That's what I'm
now.
saying, yeah.
And so Josh Gordon is on the table now.
You can
get high as shit.
You can have up to like 150 ppm parts per million in your bloodstream now, which I mean you literally would have to be smoking during the test and maybe flick your ashes into it to do that. So I think he's going to be fine. I would love to see Josh Gordon and fucking Antonio Brown, if he's mentally healthy, line up on the same side of the ball and get weird. I'd enjoy that.
William Schofield, can we get my bookie to let us bet on the Ross Post Malone beer pong rematch? So we're gonna do this show. I'm gonna tell that story in full with Drinkin Bros with you, Dan.
Yeah.
Sometime later on the week. In case you haven't heard, that story is the craziest shit of all time. I texted him. He doesn't text me back, but we played a 4-hour game of beer pong. It was the most epic shit of all time. We're going to tell this story in full because it is so goddamn legendary and unbelievable. I have pictures. We'll be able to attach it to the video, and we can see how far this fucker goes. This is the craziest story of all time. And if you know, William Schofield. That's really fucking funny.
Yeah, he's like you. He takes bar games
very seriously. Yeah.
Craig asked about Clef and Dale. So we had a bit of a technical issue yesterday, and that video is just gone.
It is gone.
So if you were there and you saw it, then you saw it. And if you didn't, then the audio will be coming out this weekend. But
it will. We will air the audio on Saturday night as a 2 Buzz to air.
I promise you that's not the last time you're going to see those characters on screen.
Trev Bar Cheers. I don't know if that's his real last name. If it is, that's dope, though. Bar Cheers.
That's a great name.
Ross, do you hate Tom Brady because he open mouth kisses his kids or because he went to Michigan?
Either way, those are both negatives.
Yeah.
So, like, how many do you really need?
Those aren't positives for sure. But, no, in actuality, in full truth, I actually don't hate Tom Brady. And I think my honest opinion is this, because he was in school when I was in school. And we obviously went to Ohio State. He went to Michigan. We beat him 3 out of 4 years, and it was great. It was awesome. I thought he was going to be a shitty NFL quarterback. He had a great senior year. A decent senior year at Michigan. Let's not say great.
Yeah.
They won a fucking.
They won 10 games, right?
Yeah, they won a worthless bowl game, like the Gator Bowl or something stupid. But with that, look. The guy has worked his ass off for 20 years, man. He's won 6 Super Bowls. It is really hard to shit on Tom Brady. As much as I fuck around.
And he hasn't been a cunt to anybody.
No.
He's a reasonable and nice human being for
Great.
all intents. He's kind of a weirdo.
Kind of. But everybody behind the scenes, like celebrity-wise, has said he's a great fucking guy. So
except for the diva shit he pulled in the locker room with having his TB12 guys following around.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what, man?
Yeah,
He's that.
He kept him in the league for 20 years.
He was the franchise. Come on, man.
The face of the franchise.
Let him do what he wants.
Exactly. So no, I do not hate Tom Brady, and yes, he could be one of. He is definitely a top 3 greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
I just don't know where that is, simply because how great Belichick is. But both Belichick and Brady are great.
Well, maybe we'll see
relax,
this year.
Patriots fans. Look, he will go down forever as a guy with fucking 6 rings during this era. It is next to impossible, man.
Craig says hopefully Madden will have the option to smoke weed this year, or now. How funny would it be if Josh Gordon comes back and lights it up this year, and then he's on the cover of Madden 2021?
Yeah,
Madden 21. I guess it would be Madden 22 at that point.
Yeah.
So he's on the cover of Madden 22, and if I'm one of the designers of that cover art, I definitely put him in a position where you could draw weed onto it, like Photoshop it on there, just for the lulls. You know what I mean? The memes that would come out of that would promote that game more than anything that could promote it.
It'd be great.
And stoners play video games. I know because I am one.
Of course. Somebody asked, are you saying that Atlanta is going to tank to draft Trevor Lawrence next year?
They should.
I hope that's the plan. I don't think Matt Ryan's the dude.
He's a good regular season quarterback.
He's good with a great coach, and he was great with Kyle Shanahan for that 1 year that we should have won the Super Bowl, the 28-3 game. But yes, I would kill to have Trevor Lawrence on my team. That would be great. Start over. There's a brand new stadium there that is arguably the top in the nation, next to whatever LA and Las Vegas.
Yeah, we'll see what that one
even
looks like.
Or pound out. So we'll see.
It's Clef with 1 F, you dumbass. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What are you, some kind of dumbass or something?
Franco Melendez, at evening content coming for us that work during the day. The audio show will be up. The video show, we're going in the afternoons. I heard that they're probably going to impose an 8 p.m. curfew. So we'll probably go live during the day. for our editors and the people that work here at Tetherball Academy with us. But the audio show will be up and out immediately out the door. So we will get you that at 8 p.m. every single night. Let's see. Last question here. David Wagner. Johnny Unitas left the Colts for the Chargers. The Chargers O-line for Unitas was bad, and the current Chargers O-line is 32 out of 32 teams. Look, man, I was not alive for Johnny Unitas.
No, he's...
That's like me saying, you know who the best president was? Calvin Coolidge. He would have pulled us out of all of this pandemic. I have no fucking idea.
You know, Franklin Pierce was president, and his college roommate was Nathaniel Hawthorne, the famous author, who wrote all of his political campaign stuff. Franklin Pierce was also the great grandfather of Barbara Bush, George Bush's mother.
Best Bush.
And George Bush Sr.'s
She was
wife.
Great Bush, yeah.
So, that's weird.
Yeah.
The two of the more incompetent presidents in U.S. history are related.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Strange.
It's almost like if Hillary Clinton would have been elected, and then that would have been the case more frequently.
Yeah.
More recently.
We have a guy that always chimes in who seems to be an audience fave, Satan Claus. He says, has the bars closed in your cities? Yes, they're closing at 5 p.m. today in Wilmington.
Yeah.
Bars and restaurants.
But all the
delivery.
restaurants, yeah, you can get delivery and you can walk in and get your food and shit. They just have the dining rooms closed, basically.
Yep.
Which is it's a good idea. I mean, honestly, just because there's so much panic going on, it's going to be the foot traffic would be so low that having employees there, one, exposes them to unnecessary risk, and two, the business is paying them and they're not making the extra money on tips, so it doesn't make any financial sense for that to happen.
No.
Like a couple of the food delivery services are waiving the fees that they charge the restaurants to deliver their food and giving that money back to the restaurant.
Okay.
Including Postmates.
But not to the customer.
No, not to the customer. They're doing it so the restaurants can use that money to pay the wait staff, because a lot of these people would normally have been in dining room instead of ordering the food.
Yep.
So they're trying to help. Everybody's being really good about this.
So far.
I haven't seen a whole lot of predatory bullshit from businesses.
Yeah.
Thus far.
The only predatory shit I've seen in the last week or so is Harvey Weinstein. That's about it. And that's where we're at. You're welcome, Dan. You're welcome. Kids, go to mybookie.com. Playing this blackjack tournament with us. Might as well. We have nothing else to fucking do. MYB150 is the promo code there. It'll take your deposit up to 150%. Holy shit. And then Postmates, man. Shout out to Postmates for the promo code Drinkin Bros for getting $100 in free delivery fees, man. That is a big, big deal. So
I stocked up my shelves, and I'm going to order Postmates until they stop.
That's what I'm doing.
Delivering.
That's what we did last night.
Then I'm going to eat Chef Boyardee out of a can.
Yep, and tuna.
Cold as fuck.
Tuna.
What are you laughing at, bitch?
Tuna is what we got. Alec, you shut the fuck up. All right, now we're going to switch over to the interview with Benny the Ticket Guru and one of the biggest brokers in the United States, and see how all of this is affecting the ticket industry and whether or not these brokers will even be in business at the end of it. Jamie, go ahead and flip it on over.
Welcome to Drinkin Bros Sports Companion Show. Man, we got an emergency add-on to the show today. Everything is getting canceled from the coronavirus. Obviously, Rostradamus is back at it again. Come on, brothers. You know that I predicted this weeks ago. I told you to go all in on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposits and put all of your monies, all of your American dollars, all of your rupees on the coronavirus versus the world. The first of those bets was the over-under of deaths in America. I know that's sad, but you know Ross Patterson, money comes before sadness on this show. Over-under was at 100. We're going to blow by that. They've already taken that bet down because so many people bet on it. The next one was Coachella. If you got in on this when I told you to get in on this, it has now officially been canceled. We were recording this show on March 10th. 10 minutes ago, we just got the announcement that it is canceled. Next up, the other bet I told you bet on was UEFA, which is taking place in Italy, I believe, gentlemen.
It's taking place all over Europe.
Yeah, all over Europe. But Italy has now officially been quarantined the entire country of
Italy's
Italy.
closed.
Closed.
Yeah,
Closed
closed.
for business,
Yeah.
if you will. And then the next bet is the Olympics. The two men that I have on with me today, obviously Benny, the ticket guru, you know, because he's been on the show numerous times. Tell me, introduce your best friend here for me.
This is my buddy Andrew Hendrick, and we do a ton of business together. Our Super Bowl together is our main thing, and we work with each other, not against each other, even though we're two different companies.
Of course. And you're
That's
out of Austin, Texas, right?
I am. Yeah.
What's the name of your company?
Soldout.com.
Soldout.com. That's a great name, actually.
Thank you.
God damn it, dude. You get jealous over a name like that when somebody comes up with soldout.com?
He told me when he got it, and I was very jealous. But he paid for it, and it's
I'm surprised that was even left.
Well,
it wasn't.
I acquired it from another company.
You
that,
did?
that
Like a
wasn't
squatter?
using it. Yeah. Well, no, I paid for it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
but they call them squatters on the internet. So a friend of mine who's super fucking rich bought like, I don't know, 25,000 domain sites, and that's all he does is sit on them and wait for people to sell them to. Soldout.com is a good one. I like that.
Thanks.
That's going to catch on like wildfire. You know what else is catching on like wildfire? The coronavirus. And this affects the ticket business, your business in particular. Now, you and I are just hanging out because we're bros in real life, Benny.
I just
We're
came to
going
hang
to
out with you.
Post Malone tonight, doing an interview. Hopefully, we'll see. I have a feeling we had just gotten word that the coronavirus is going to take him out of here after the show. Immediately to Denver. This is the last live event that's going on in Austin, Texas. South by Southwest was supposed to be happening tomorrow. It is canceled. How is this going to affect you guys' ticket business going forward?
It can be devastating. Some people can go out of business. Depends on the events that we have coming forward. Who invested in the Masters? Who invested in Coachella, for example?
Yeah.
All those pre-sales that we got paid on.
Mm-hmm.
That we now have to return the money when that money could have already been spent somewhere else.
Yeah, so how does that work? If you're a ticket buyer at home like myself, right? We'll take tonight's event because Post Malone is a big one. He's a top attraction. You know as well as I do, Benny, because you and I hung out in New York when we were together with him. The tickets, when you go to buy them, there was like 300 left, and typically that's really, really low, right? So let's say they canceled a guy like Post Malone tonight. How many people does that affect, and how much money would you lose off of something like that?
Let's say, so we're using New York, for example, and I lived in New York. I typically would buy a couple hundred tickets, give or take what I can get off of Ticketmaster before they block me.
Mm-hmm.
And every one of those I sold, I make, let's hope, an average 30%.
Yeah.
So, $10,000 for a round number. I made 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to give back, the $3,000 is the big part because that's my profit. That's
Sure.
what I've most likely invested in something else.
Mm-hmm.
So now I give back the whole $13,000 plus the profit. It hurts. It hurts
I
a
see.
lot.
Because you're probably buying Final Four tickets and everything else with that extra money.
That money is just, we flip our money over and over and over again.
Now, what about you? Because you're an Austin native.
Right.
You live here in Austin.
I do.
South by Southwest obviously affected everything. What would you say that the dollar amount lost in this town was just for South by Southwest?
$400 million to the local economy.
You're kidding.
No. And that's bars, restaurants, rental companies, hotels, Airbnbs, bartenders.
Yeah.
These people depend on South by for their, it's a little boost every year for them. And a lot of these bars would build their entire budget around South by Southwest for the year.
Man.
So they pull out. You're going to see a lot of businesses going under in Austin just specifically because of South by. If South by can even hang on. They fired or laid off a third of their full-time employees yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
So, in your opinion, being an Austin native for this long, does it go on after this year?
I say it's 50-50.
So you think it might be done forever?
It could be. I don't know if they can survive it.
Wow.
Because originally you had the big sponsors just pulling out,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook and Twitter, or whoever.
Yeah,
they
Twitter
were.
was one of the
Netflix.
big ones. Yeah. Yep.
And so that's kind of on them if they don't want to show up. But now that it's officially canceled, well, guess what? All that money's got to go back. And a lot of that's already been spent in production and
Shrimps.
Yeah. Sure.
A lot of little tiny shrimps at all these parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good situation for the city at all.
Post Malone is the only person playing in town essentially at this point?
No, there's a
In
lot of
Austin?
shows. There's still
Is
a
there
lot
really?
of shows going on. Yeah.
So how is business for you currently in Austin then?
Slow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say it's slow.
because people are afraid.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people are afraid to leave their homes or go out in big crowds. I mean, we depend on people attending mass gatherings to make a living.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like people don't want to attend a lot of mass gatherings at the moment.
No, me personally, I look at the numbers, right? And all jokes aside, and I know I told you about the over, but there's 338 million people in America here. With the amount of people who have died from this, like, what is it, 14 or whatever it is, out of 338 million, that doesn't seem like a lot, and it doesn't prevent me from going out tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's somebody who's getting head in a fucking Arkansas shed off of Pop Rocks, and they're going to die tonight. That number is probably going to be higher this year than the coronavirus, so it doesn't scare someone like me now. Maybe it will in the future, but what does this do to your guys' business for the future?
That's a good question. I mean, we're kind of in uncharted waters here.
Could you guys go bankrupt from this?
If they were to cancel all mass gatherings for the next 30 days or so, that could be hard to recover from.
Wow. Speaking of big events that are coming up, look, let's start with what we got coming up in April here. We got two big ones. We got the Masters coming up, and we got the Final Four in Atlanta coming up. Do you guys have money already invested in those two events, and are you worried those are going to get canceled?
I personally don't. I do go to those events. I have customers that call me, and I kind of what I call middle deals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm safe on that. I have another bigger event that I'm more interested in.
Which is that?
I'm kind of real deep into the Texas Rangers. We've got a new stadium going up. So our home opener is my little mini Super Bowl in Dallas right now.
Okay.
So I need, March 31st. I need that day to pass with
To
the Rangers
clear, yeah.
playing. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, I'm in trouble. My colleague here, he's real deep into the Masters, and he can explain to you a little better.
So Masters tickets, what did you invest in them, if you don't mind me asking? Because I know they're super expensive, and there is some friends of mine who have gone online to like StubHub and stuff, and like typically it's around the $3,000-ish mark for a day, like
Correct,
a Saturday
yeah.
or Sunday. Do you have a lot of money in the Masters this year?
Yeah, 6 figures for sure.
Because Tiger's back. He won last year. So everybody wants to go this year because they think he might win again.
Well, Tiger pulled out of, I think, the last 2 tournaments he
He
was
did.
scheduled to play in because of back issues.
Well,
but he says it's all about the Masters.
It
So,
is.
yeah.
And that's the way it was last year. And that's
Right.
why I feel he pulled out, where to me, it seems like he's just going after the majors now versus, hey, man, the Players isn't a major. Like, it's not.
right.
It's a good
It's
championship.
just another golf tournament.
Yeah. But if you're going to go all in for it at this age in your career, you might as well go after the Masters. So I kind of agree with him on that. However, as a fan, if I had the opportunity to go to the fucking Masters this year, I would, simply because I have a chance to see Tiger Woods win a Masters in my lifetime.
Tickets are cheap right now.
Are they really?
Sure.
Because they think they're going to get canceled?
There's a lot of cancellations already. There's large groups that have canceled their trips. So, and then you have a lot of corporations that are canceling all their, seminars and conferences and, incentive programs such as the Masters.
Yeah.
So-
You know who won't cancel is John Daly outside of that Hooters right outside the
No,
Masters.
he'll be there.
He'll be there.
Whether they're playing
Selling
or
T-shirts.
not.
He's there every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think last year there was some woman who ran into his bus.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was kind of funny. I was there, so
Yeah. And he'll sign anything, by the way, too.
he will.
So you go up there, tits, dicks, anything. He'll
Whatever,
sign it.
just whip it out.
He's
He'll-
down.
Yeah.
He's hilarious like that. With the Final Four, now you and I had chatted before we went on air because Dan and I were obviously going to the Final Four, and through Drinkin Bros Sports we have a big signed giveaway for the brackets and all that stuff. This year it's a signed Dennis Rodman jersey, and that was ironically so in case you got arrested in North Korea you could get out of it. We didn't expect that there would be a virus from that side of the world that you'd also want to get away from. But what does that do for us then for the Final Four, Benny? Are we fucked?
It sounds like a real, well, I guess boring fucking month, I guess, right?
But do they play without fans? Because that's the other thing that the NBA is talking about right now. Do we play without fans and still have the games go on? Is that a thing? So, like, dude, am I going to be sitting home watching this, players playing on an empty court?
Actually, Andrew, I was just talking to Andrew about this, and he kind of has a little more insight on it. And go ahead.
What's your prediction,
Andrew? Tell me what you were thinking.
Well, they've already canceled that Ivy League tournament that happened today.
Yep.
There were 2 other tournaments that canceled today.
Which ones?
I
was on air with
Mountain West or one of a couple of the smaller ones.
Okay.
But for those tournaments feed into they feed into.
Not to interrupt you, the MAC tournament just got canceled.
Right.
So that is officially MAC tournament's a big tournament, man. It's close to the public.
Close to the public, yeah.
So that means they will play. However, there's not going to be anybody watching.
Well, they'll watch it on TV. Same thing probably with the Masters.
Yeah, but the Ivy League, they're not even going to play it.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
So will that happen with the Final Four?
It could. These smaller tournaments kind of feed in. They have to seed these teams, right? And a lot of that's based on how they finish in their conference tournaments.
It's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah. So
is there a chance that this goes on at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta with no fans? Because that holds 90,000 people.
They've closed the schools in Fulton County.
They have, yeah, which is where I'm from.
Right. So I mean, I don't know if they're going to ban mass gatherings. The governor of Ohio came out today and said that he wants to stop any indoor sporting events in the state. You can look that up.
Wow.
So there's the Cavaliers, and what else do they have in Ohio? I don't know.
Oh, come on. The Ohio State Buckeyes, the greatest team of all time. Whatever. They're not going to stop that, I can tell you that. When Buckeye football's going, I don't give a fuck if there's
said indoors.
I don't give a shit if there's an AIDS outbreak. Everybody's going to the goddamn game. But having unprotected sex
there is
afterwards.
A tournament. They play those write-in games in Dayton.
They do, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Dayton, by the way, is right now close to be a 1 seed. They're very close to becoming a one seed. They got the top player in the arguably college basketball. Man, I would have a hard time believing that, but it is happening. What is this going to do to you personally for the Final Four?
I'm not buying tickets for anything. I think any event in this country in the next 60 days is in jeopardy of being postponed or canceled.
So you're not buying tickets for the next 60 days. Are you sitting this one out as well, Benny?
I'm kind of taking his
balls than me.
No, I'm taking his advice on not investing on the stuff within 60 days out. Even though, like in our business, we have to buy stuff 6 months or a year in advance. There's still a lot of middle ground.
Yeah.
I do agree with what he says because we've been talking about this for weeks. So just kind of chill out for a minute because it's like investing in the stock market. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Let's just keep our money in our pockets and think about it later.
Right.
And hope that that they don't start shutting this stuff down.
Well, two of the biggest marketplaces where we sell, StubHub and Vivid, have changed their policies as far as payments.
Yeah, we're not even getting paid.
We used to get paid. So let's say you bought these tickets for Post Malone went on sale 7 months ago in Austin.
Right.
So if I was to sell the ticket the day after it went on sale, I get paid.
Right.
Now they've changed their policy to where they're not paying until after the event.
So after the whatever event it is physically goes on, then you guys get paid of like, hey,
we get paid after we deliver the ticket.
Yeah, once it's
we buy a
FedExed out
ticket,
or
we
if
sell
it's
it,
emailed.
Okay.
We send the proof that we delivered it to StubHub's customer. StubHub pays us the next batch out.
Okay.
Right now, so let's say this, like you said, 7 months ago, they're going to hold my money for 7 months.
All right. So long term, gentlemen, do you guys go bankrupt off of something like this? If they don't have a cure or a vaccine for this in the next 60 to 90 days, do you guys go bankrupt? And what's the timeline of like, hey, man, I think I could survive through 6 months, maybe?
We've survived, some crazy stuff for 9/11, for example, the recession. The recession was super tough on me, as it was, I know, for him as well. I survived it. I went month to month for the first time in I don't know how many years, but I have a hell of a lot more now than I did, in 2007. So It's a question I don't even really want to think about. Yes, the answer is yes. I can go bankrupt very easily.
Okay.
With what I have invested with my future stuff that's going to be happening in the next 30 days, if this shit gets postponed and they take my money back or don't pay me at all, yeah.
Well, look at Ultra, the festival in Miami.
In Miami,
they
they got
canceled.
canceled,
They came out today and said we're not giving refunds.
No.
Neither
I
is
mean,
South by. They're
really?
giving you an option. You can have your credentials in 21, 22, or 23. You pick.
But you can't
but
have
you're
your
not
money
getting
back.
your money back.
Wow.
So if that's the policy of these events when they cancel, that's going to be a real issue. I mean, look, we can float a few 100,000, but for a year, and how much do you have invested in tickets right now, Benny? You're all in, right?
I'm
me.
kind of always all in.
Right.
I really am. I play it. I mean, I can survive a few months without getting a paycheck. I can do that.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, as a ticket broker, we live life on the edge.
Right.
We really do. We make a good living. We do well. But also, if catastrophe hits like right now, there's the downplay. I mean, we can lose everything. So
last question here, and I'll let you guys get out of here. I know you're super busy, and I appreciate your time today. The last question is this. If you're a ticket buyer at home who maybe could not afford to go to one of these big events, is now the time to buy for one of these events of like, hey, like you said, tickets are super low right now.
I think you're going to see depressed prices across the board.
Even further?
Yeah, even further out.
Okay.
So now would be a good time to buy, probably. I mean,
It's a great
if you
time to buy.
If you buy on soldout.com, there's no fees at checkout.
and you get your money back.
If it doesn't happen. So
it's not like what he's talking about, people who bought at South by Southwest, and they're not giving refunds. When you buy on our platforms,
yes,
you're getting your money back.
Tickets to allnow.com,
if it's canceled,
soldout.com, you get your money back.
Canceled, you get your
Correct.
money back. If
Okay,
it's
great.
postponed,
Because
different story.
People worry, man. People worry all the time whether or not they're getting their money back. So that's good. If you're going to buy it from these two. Go to soldout.com or tickets to all now.
T2all.com.
T2all.com now.
Number 2.
And get your tickets. And hey, man, if you think, you're safe, I think I'm safe. I'm going to fucking Rage tonight. Go get tickets and buy it, because you might get to see something you might normally not get to see for a very, very cheap price right now. Otherwise, what's the downside? We all get coronavirus and die, and then tomorrow's not going to matter anyways. So who cares? Gentlemen, I appreciate the time today. Thank you for stopping by Drinkin Bros Sports, and I hope everything goes all right for you guys.
yeah, me too. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me as always. Love Drinkin Bros. And you and your wife are awesome. Love you, Dan.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, man.
Hell yeah. Good night.